Hello, today I'm going to be talking about Wild by Cheryl. In Wild, Cheryl carries around a very large backpack on her trip on the Pacific Crest Trail. Now, she finds out eventually that there were many things in it that she didn't necessarily need. For these reasons, I think that Monster, her backpack, can be seen as a good representation of her emotions. Talks about at the beginning when she goes to pick out the supplies that she's going to use on her trip, that she talks to the workers at the store and they have all kinds of things to say, and there's lots of different information of the choices that she could choose, like what kind of water bottle to take or what kind of backpack she wants. And after talking to these employees of the store that she goes to, it says she feels like an expert. Well, then when she actually goes and starts hiking, she realizes that she isn't actually an expert. So while Cheryl might think that she's an expert about knowing what to go in her backpack Monster, that could kind of symbolize that she doesn't always do the right thing, kind of like she's made mistakes in her past. It also says when she is in her hotel room on the first day of hiking that after everything is packed in her backpack, it looks like it's ready to be lifted, like everything's alright on the outside. She might look like she has everything under control, but she doesn't actually. And so that's why I think her backpack is actually really heavy, because it shows that she has some difficulties that she's dealing with. On page 106, when Albert, another hiker on the trail, helps Cheryl take out what is unnecessary in her pack in order to save weight, I think this is a bit of symbolism that could be compared to how Cheryl is going on the Pacific Crest Trail in order to get rid of all of the unnecessary emotions and kind of improve herself after her mother died, because she made mistakes in the past and she wants to move on and improve herself, kind of. And I think that's really interesting, because Albert is kind of like the typical hiker, kind of. He's a Eagle Scout. He's got a lot of experience with hiking. You know, he's really good at hiking, and he kind of, I guess you could say, he embodies the Pacific Crest Trail. And so I think that's kind of neat, because the trail itself is what helps Cheryl change herself and move on, kind of, after having some difficulties. And I think that's a really neat representation. These examples are what I think make Monster, her backpack, a good piece of symbolism for Cheryl herself and her emotions.